Hey guys, welcome back to Tammy's Kitchen. Guess what I'm going to be making today? Lasagna. Hey. If you want to see how I'm going to make this at home today, keep watching. Juices. Dab. Okay, for this recipe, we're going to need some mince, chopped tomatoes, some pasta sheets. If you're allergic to eggs, don't use this, just use the pasta ones. Vegetable oil, some fried light if you want to be healthy, some bechamel sauce. This is just from Asda, by the way. You're also going to be needing a Pyrex dish, and if you don't have one, I think you can just use an oven tray like that one on the stove, but I'll tell you what I'm going to be using for that, so just leave it for now. You also need a pan to fry your mince in, because obviously we're not just going to chuck them in the pot and that. I'm also going to be doing some veg on the side, and I'm going to be using spring onions and normal onions. These have two different flavors, so that's why I'm using both. I'm going to be using some beef seasoning, some paprika, some liquid seasoning. I don't know where it is, but yes, I'm going to be using that. So what I do for my first step, as you can see, I like soaking my pasta sheets, simply because my family does not like that al dente that you get, you know, the hardness to the pasta if you don't soak it. So if you're like my family and you like your stuff well done, then you're gonna have to do this method. Make sure you don't stack them, guys, because they will stick together. So just put like 2 or 4 in a tray, depending on what like containers that you're using, and just leave them to soak whilst you're doing everything else. Okay, as you can see now, I'm putting some cooking oil on the pan just for us to fry that mince. Put the mince in the pot, and remember to take off that white paper and just separate that mince and just leave it to cook. Put some seasoning in, and just leave it on the side to cook. Okay, so as you can see now, I've put a wet cloth because I'm about to cut my vegetables, and if you put your board on top of a wet cloth, that stops it from moving and avoiding accidents, so I advise you guys to do that. I'm going to add some liquid seasoning, it's the one from Maggi, and just stir it and leave it to cook. Okay, don't keep stirring it. Okay, so I've just washed my spring onions and I'm about to cut them now. So it helps, you know, having your mise en place, so it's easy for you to, you know, when you're frying the mince and everything. Mise en place just means you're putting in place all your ingredients, or prepping all your ingredients, so that it's easy for you to cook and have your stuff ready. Just keep checking on that mince, guys, and just stirring it in case it starts burning at the bottom, and just leave it. As you can see, I've just finished cutting my spring onions, and I'm just gonna cut the other onion now, but I'm gonna get a plate so I put that other onions in so I don't get disturbed. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just showing how to cut an onion. So don't cut the root, because that's what's holding the onion together. Just cut from one end to the other, and then cut the top, and then cut the middle part as well, and that's just going to help you to just dice all of that, as you can see. Okay, now that all your mise en place is ready, you can concentrate on frying that meat and having that brown. Make sure it's got that good color. No one wants to have like ashy looking mince. Yeah, you get me. As you can see, it's nice and brownish, it's not burning. And when you think it's all done, okay, just put your onions in. Firstly, the spring onions, don't put all of them at once. And just fry these for like about a minute and just keep turning it. And after you've done that, put the other onions in. And these onions, you're gonna fry them for about like 2 or 3 minutes before you put your tomatoes in. At this point, this should be smelling good. Okay, so if it's not smelling good, then you've done something wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna need a lot of soup in this mince because I forgot to buy enough stuff. So I'm gonna put the whole tin in, and I'm just mixing everything in, and I'm leaving it for a little bit. And I'd forgotten to put my staple, the Nando's peri peri mild sauce, which I love. I've just added that in and I've stirred it. And I'm also going to be using the steak sauce by Guinness, and I'm not going to put a lot, guys, but this is all trial and error because I know it's not spicy, so it's going to taste good. And just stir that in. Just close it. Okay, so I don't like my tomatoes being chunky, so I'm going to use this masher to just mash them and make sure they're not chunky. And this is also going to help separate that mince even more. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And the next step I'm going to be putting is gravy powder. Yes, I'm using the chicken bistro, guys. That's what I had, so don't come for me. I do know it's the chicken one. It actually tastes nice anyway, so just keep stirring it in, guys. You're gonna need a lot of sauce in this, but you need to thicken it up. So just mix it a little bit and then close it and leave it to cook. Okay, whilst that's happening, prep all your stuff for the setup for the lasagna. I've just tasted my food and it wasn't popping a lot, so I've just added that cube of Maggi in. And now that I've thickened the sauce to how I want it, I'm gonna start layering that lasagna. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting the mince first, and after the mince I'm gonna be putting the lasagna sheets. Don't worry if they start to tear, guys, because you end up tearing some bits to cover some gaps, so don't worry about it. And I made the mistake of taking them out of water, and as soon as they stuck together, I knew I shouldn't have taken them out, but it's alright. Okay, so because I don't have enough white sauce, I'm just gonna repeat this same step again, and I'm gonna put some lasagna sheets over it, and then I start using the white sauce. I usually use 2 jars of this. Okay, as you can see, now I'm putting the white sauce in, and I'm using it sparingly because that's all I have. Okay, so all you're doing is repeating the same steps. So as you can see, I've used all my sauce and I've come to the top of the setup, and as you can see, I'm taking these straight out of water because last time they stuck together, so I'd advise you to do this. And I'm using the last bit of my white sauce. So you can see I'm trying to get every little bit in, and I'm just gonna spread it across. And once that's done, if you like cheese like the people in this house, or excluding me, but if you like cheese, just sprinkle some cheese on top. And that's it, really. That's everything done, and now it's ready to go in the oven. As you can see, all the layers are there and the white sauce is peeking through, which means I've done it right. Make sure you have preheated your oven prior to this. I usually use gas max 7, and that usually works for me. This is just the before of it, and this is it in the oven. I've just put it in now, and as you can see, I loved how it came out. Yes, it needs to have that golden brown color, guys. It needs to have that color. And I've served this with some lettuce on the side with no dressing, as I'm trying to lose some weight. And I also served it with mixed veg on the side. So just do it how you want, guys. Thank you for watching. See you later.